Hello guys, welcome back. In this episode, we're going to take off from where we left earlier in the cat and dogs detection application. In this episode, we're going to build the UI for the project. Let's get started. So I have here my lib folder. I'm just going to create two more files, .dat files. I'm going to name this home.dat. I'm also going to name this one let's say result.dat. So I'm just going to create a stateful widget here, the home screen. Here in the results, I'm going to create a stateful widget, name this result screen. So the idea of the result screen is once I get a result from the model, like an inference, I pass the result here to show the user. The home screen basically is what you see from the start of the app. So in my main.dat, I'm just gonna do home and set it here as my home screen, so that on every launch of the app, it takes me to the home screen. So I'm just going to start off by creating a scaffold here, and I'll put the background color. I'm going to use colors.blue accents, and over here I'm going to create a column, and I'll set the cross-axis alignment to center. So the child widgets is going to be a couple of widgets, just basically just within the column, and I'm going to start off by putting like a size box here. I'm just going to make the height to be 80. So next up, I'm going to add my text widgets, and I'll say here text. First of all, I'm going to put a tag to my text. I'm going to call this cats and dogs detector app. I'm going to add a style next for the text, and I'm just going to make this text style. I'm going to add a color. Let's set this to white, and I'm going to add a font weight. I'm going to set this to bold. I'm going to put a height of 1.4, and I'll make my font family to be Sophia Sans. A font size of 30. So I'm going to add another size box here, but this time I'm going to make it 50. I'm going to add a center widget here, and going to be a child of a size box. I'm going to give it a width of 350. And inside it is going to be a column with a child widget. I'm going to do an image of assets, and I'm going to link my asset file with a cat dog icon image. So I'm going to put a little bit of space in here at the bottom, and I'll give it a height of 50. this. So I'm just going to run this real quick to see how it looks at the moment. Just going to do Flutter run. So basically what I need to do next is to add some buttons to the bottom of the image that can enable us to be able to upload an image either from the camera or from the file gallery. So I'm going to continue by adding an image just below this center widget here, and it's going to be a row widget. It's going to be a row of 2 buttons. I'm going to do cross alignment of center. The first item that will be in the row will be a button, so I'm going to create a button now. Say gesture detector, child of container. I'm going to make the alignment to be center. I'm just going to add a pattern to this. Edge insets to symmetric, and I'm going to put a horizontal padding of 10 and a vertical of 18. So basically I have my button here added, and it's just a simple button, having a gesture detector just for listening for tap events, and a container having a padding of 10 and 18. 10 to the horizontal side, 18 to the vertical side. It has a background color in the decoration property of black 38, and just a simple text widget having capture a photo and added this custom style to it. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to duplicate this and add this here, so we could have a row of 2 buttons. Just going to format this, then I'm just going to add a spacing just to be able to space both widgets. So it's going to be a size box of width of 20. I'm just going to add a constant to this. So yeah, so we have our buttons added. So I have our buttons added, and I'm just going to run this again to see how this looks like. So this is how this looks like. It has a column of a text, the widgets, and 2 buttons. But I'm just going to add some spacing so as to give it a better look. So over here, I'm just going to I'm going to wrap this in a container, and I'm just going to put a padding here of symmetric, a horizontal padding. I'm just going to reload this, and kind of looks better right now. So I'm going to go ahead to add some widgets to the result page. So over here we have the result page, and I'm just going to add some widgets basically. So the idea of this page is we want to be able to show the user the results after we get an inference from the model. So I'm going to change this to be a scaffold, and I'm going to put a background color here of white, colors of white, So I'm going to put an app bar at the bottom here. I'm going to say, so this would be an app bar widget, just to be able to show some text at the top of the page. So I'm just going to remove this constant, here, and I'm going to put a title of texts. So I'm going to name this classification result. It's going to have a style similar to what we had in the previous screen. So I'm just going to copy that here. Yeah, so we have a text style here. I'm just going to put like an icon, a leading icon, just so they can be able to go back to the previous page from this icon. So this will be an icon widgets, icons dot arrow back. I'm going to put an unpressed function here, and this will take me to the previous page. So navigation.pop context. Just going to add a constant here, make this a constant. So we have our app bar right now, and we have the text and the leading icon. So next thing I'm going to do is to add some widgets to the body of the scaffold. So first off, we're going to have a padding here. So this is going to be where we're going to have, first of all, the image that's selected from either the gallery or the camera. So this is going to have padding in all areas of 8.0. We're going to have a child of a container. A width of 300 and a height of 300. So this is going to have a decoration, a box decoration, and we're going to put a border here with a border color of blue-gray. Colors.blue-gray. Width of 2.0. So I'm going to put the border radius to this container, and I'm going to make it give it a border radius of 12. So next is where we're going to have the image. We are going to show the image file. So here we're going to say image.file, but we know we're going to have some data we're going to be receiving from the previous screen. So we're going to create these properties here. So I'm just going to change this to a stateless widget, since we're not going to have any state changes here on the screen. And I'm just going to make this, I'm just going to create some properties here. So say file image. I'm going to import this. I'm going to also receive a string result. Next is going to be the probability. So it's gonna be dynamic. So over here, I'm gonna initialize this. This dot image. I'm gonna make all of them required. So say this dot result. This dot probability. So over here, I'm going to change this. I'm going to pass in the image here, and I'm going to put yeah, and over here, I'm going to put the box fits of cover. The reason behind this is to ensure that it covers the container. So I'm just going to add a spacing at the bottom here. I'm just going to add a size box with a height of 30. So over here, I have my text that shows the result. I concatenated this with the result. And here we're going to have probability. But the idea behind this is we're going to have some calculations here that multiplies So we're going to have some calculations here for probability that multiplies what we have by 100 just to show the probability, and we're going to have it to 2 decimal places. So next thing I'm going to have here is a button that takes them to the home page, just a simple button like what we have in the previous page. So I'm just going to copy that here. So I have my button here created. It's just a simple button that links them back to the home page. It has the style similar to what we have before. So for now, we have everything we need for UI purposes. So we're going to go to the next video just to be able to show you the TF-Lite functions I'm using to load the model, display the labels, get the inference, get the probability, and other helpful functions we need basically to finish this project. So see you in the next one.